All right, how are you all doing this morning? And so I wanted to come on and say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, because you can be in different parts of the world, because I do have some friends in London as well. So good day, good day, good day. And so, when it comes to self-care, that's all you're going to hear me talk about: self-care and wealth care, healthy habits and wealthy habits. And so I want to remind you to make sure you do something every day that is healthy, not only in your mind, not only in your heart and your spirit, but just all the way around you. And that, when it comes to being wealthy, and yes, we know wealthy is the inside out and manifesting, but also make sure the goal is for you to have money so you can do the things that you desire to do. And you see this beautiful, I tell you, I really do love my neighborhood. I'm not in the other area where I like to go and sit at times, but even, the tree in my yard is really, really good. And so, health and wealth. What did you do today? And if you see this later, look back. What have you done or you plan to do that is healthy and wealthy? And when it comes to healthy, are you moving, saying your affirmations, your declarations? Have you looked at your mission statement, your vision, your goals? And then when it comes to wealth, some of the things that I said is included in that. But what are you reading? Who are you following when it comes to all of that? And the other thing is that when it comes to your health, seriously, in that, I want you to take a look in the mirror. And of course, you're going to accept yourself of who you are and where you are. Give yourself grace. Do not be so hard on yourself. It's not just your physical appearance, but how do you see yourself? Are you satisfied with yourself? Because one thing that I would say about myself, let's see if I can go back some, is I did take a look in my mirror and I noticed there have been some things. The only thing I can say is that weight has gone. So that means I'm looking at what have I done in the past 90 days. Has it been consistent? Do I need to do something different and better so that that weight can be my ideal weight? And that's what I have in my head. It's my ideal weight, because I am not there at all. I tell you, I'm like, I don't even know what happened here. And even though people say, oh, Sharon, you look wonderful. And that is true too. But I can tell the difference of how I feel, not just about myself, but just within my body. Because the thing is, we're talking about, we're making all of these changes here. Generational wealth, generational curses. Again, I commend you who are on a healthy path. And even I have areas that I need to improve on, that I am improving on. And for us to truly, 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 truly break these generational curses and to be able to walk with the generational treasures that we have. Because remember that it wasn't just the curses, we got the treasures as well. But it's all about you being self-aware, and you are gaining more information and knowledge, and you're able to use your wisdom and discernment so that you can be healthy and wealthy in all ways. And when it comes to the wealth piece of it, is that yes, you're working hard and you're making ways for your business, but also what are you doing with that money and educating yourself in that way? They are married. Again, this is a platform where we're talking about both. We're talking about both. And I don't want you to be so stuck on making the money where you're not focused on being healthy. So in order to break these generational curses so that you can really pave the way for the future generation is to be healthy in your mind, in your body, in your spirit. And not just, oh, well, no. It takes some hard work in doing this stuff. It takes some hard work. And no need of trying to, it's like, oh, it is too much. Just think about our ancestors. For those of us who are African descent, just think about our ancestors. Not only what all they endured when they came over here, and of course we know that that wasn't voluntary, but once they got here, and even after slavery, and yes, we're still, put it like this, when it came to those things that happened, it still has an impact today. And I commend everyone for stepping up and doing something different. But one thing that I've learned is that being in an environment, being around people who's doing the work, who's motivating you, this is what self-care is all about. So you can stay motivated in your efforts. So if you are predisposed to diabetes, to heart disease, to high blood pressure, to high cholesterol, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I don't want to hear that it's too hard, because you know why? That's what it takes. Just as much as hard that you are working in your business, and don't give up. Stick with it. Do not give up. And so, are you satisfied? Not just what you see in the mirror. And when I say see, not just your physical, but are you satisfied of who you see in the mirror? Are you doing everything that you know that you can do, so that not only that you are at the standard of being human, because most of us are failing. There's some areas in my life that I'm not where I need to be, but I'm making effort. But it's getting, to be great is getting above the standard. So that means, as they say, to be an expert is 10,000 reps, 10,000 hours. I just like to say 10,000 reps. It's the repetition, being consistent, persistent, and doing the things that need to be done. You say you're tired? Tell that to your ancestors. You say you don't have the energy? Tell that to your ancestors. You say that you want to be great? Tell that to your ancestors as well. So just know you have what it takes because you're here. You have a story to tell because you're here. But it takes you being healthy in your mind, in your heart, in your spirit, but also physically, truly, but also in being wealthy. And not just in your mind, but also having the resources so you can afford to be your authentic self. And it takes money. It really does. So all of that, oh, money doesn't matter. No, we don't do that here, because it does matter. Tell that to the person who needed money for cancer. Tell that to the person who needed money because of heart attack and stroke. Tell that to the person who's experiencing those things, or who have a child with cancer, or who has a child with autism or the autism spectrum, or the person who has a family member with dementia and who needs respite, so that they can take care of themselves. So you mean to tell me that money doesn't matter? Tell that to the person who wants to build a school, for those who have less. Tell that to the person who wants, again, you want to help, you need money. You need money to help. And so build your kingdom. But in order to build your kingdom, the kingdom needs to be inside of you. And it takes work. It takes repetition. Believe me. I put myself in rooms and continue to look in rooms because sometimes that momentum go down. Sometimes you don't feel like it. So you may need external motivation and inspiration and enlightenment just so that you can move on. It's okay to get tired. It's okay to take a break and rest, but just don't stay there. And just like you're on your high of making things great, also make sure you get that rest so you can stay great. And so, for those of you who want to remain, because even though you're doing it all on your own, but it's good to have something in the background or be in the front seat. A fortitude spirit ritual is mindfulness and activities for your mind, for your heart, for your spirit, but also so you can get stronger, even physically, because everything that you do is for your good. So join us on Saturdays at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time so that you can be great and get above the standard of being human. One, you're already great, so just stay there and come in the room.